decent post plant, but kit's still in play for Young Ninjas.
Yeah, and he's going to get a lot of space to work with. Obviously, understandingly enough, Nilo and Era are going to play this one together, not really going to separate. You don't want to give him 1v1s. The tough part about them is going to be if he manages to get a bomb plant and get into a comfortable position with the AVP, where it's hard to refrag him. Good thing they have going on for them. 2 smokes going into the retake, flash, HE as well, the fuse kit for Nilo. So let's say Zorti decides to play towards the toilets, which he does. It would be a lot easier from their perspective to isolate him if they're able to spot him without losing a member first.
All they need to do is smoke on the bomb and then smoke in front of the bomb as well. And actually, they smoke on the bomb in front toilets. Oh, there's a gap. That's a problem. Now the defuse is going to be tapped. Now it's going to be stuck. So he goes for the peek, but Arrow is going to be ready for it. Entice him to go for a peek through that gap, and Arrow is just going to be holding. That's a nice retake from Young Ninjas, and you did fear the worst there from Zori. You know, you called it perfectly, Ted. You know, that's it. It just became pretty much unwinnable. But he is gambling that they don't have the smokes. You know, if they don't have the smokes there, that is the correct play. It is the correct call. It's just a little bit unfortunate. Of course, what isn't unfortunate is there is €130 up to a deposit bonus on 1xbet. Of course. If you sign up using code CCT, make sure to gamble responsibly. You have to be 18 years of age or over to take part in that. Because right now, a little bit aggressive from Young Ninjas in towards short. You can see Era posted on an angle with the AWP, but he's going to be found out. Are they expecting the second result? Is he knew the setup and he knew how to deal with it.
Absolutely nailed him. And that's just great awareness from the ForZe boys, right? Well, it's not even... It's just really, really good awareness, I'd say. You just see one player like, okay, that clicks. I know that setup. I'm just going to clear it up. Yep, there's a second kill. Easy. Nothing that they could do about it. And that was the same story. They get the opening picks. They slow it down. And they're going to wait and let NIP walk into them or make a wrong call. Obviously, there's 2 options right now for the Ninjas. You either aggress somewhere or you stack a bomb site and hope for the best. And it will be LNZ by the looks of it going for a peek towards short any moment now if he wants to. No, it's actually option A. They're going to stack a bomb site. Nilo's still jump spotting, but actually he was just doubling back to pick up a smoke. I don't think he's caught Krad walking through the smoke, so this should be a free pickup. Yep, it is. Krad gets the kill, and now he can just call the bomb back. They just need to hold the line towards short, and rotate the bomb back to safety.
LNZ finds a quick kill, tries to play a little bit of gun game, picking up the op, but he is not going to be successful in his next endeavor. And Maxter, I don't know how successful he's going to be in saving this round. I mean, there is money in the pockets of ForZe, so they can afford to keep Shalfie and maybe a few other players here. And Shalfie is just going to be holding. Maxter's going to be spotted. Shalfie not able to take him down yet. It's really nicely played, but did not account for the op being there. 7-3 right now for ForZe. A fantastic lead to be picking up already on your T side, but this now is the point of no return right now for Young Ninjas. So they need to make sure that they get an 8-7 half here, or else it is just looking at, you know, a ForZe dominance in this first half, and maybe, just maybe, we could be looking at Inferno.
Yeah, let's not forget, we're looking at maybe the most CT-sided map in the pool, if not leveled up with Nuke, right? I mean, those are the maps on which a lot of pros up to this day are sharing the opinion of Overpass being even harder to play on the T side than compared to a Nuke, right? It's simply because of the pressure that you're getting from the CT side. I guess it's just a map that's been built in a way that allows you to dictate the tempo, even though you should be defending, which is, you know, it's really interesting. I guess it's one of the reasons that it's one of my favorite maps as well, because you can get a lot of freedom on the defensive side of things. You don't really need to, well, you can't just stay passive. You can do that, but it's not like you need to just stay passive and just wait and hope to get a cheeky timing every now and then. You can actually fight. You can actually try and pressure, and that means that if you want to have a successful T side, you need to really put the hours in, right? You need to have really good protocols. You need to have really good ideas, great understanding on the setups of the CTs, as we pointed out a couple rounds ago. You know, that result pre-fire to Warsaw was just one example of all of that. But Yeah, it's just a map on which when you see a good T side, when you see a 7-3 T side, you can really appreciate it for what it's worth.
Down it off as well, so he's going to find another opening pick. His air are going to be unsuccessful, and the problems continue just to build right now for the Young Ninjas side. You have to feel a little bit sorry for them after playing so well on map 1. Right now, they are being absolutely dominated, and there's nothing really they can do about it. Maxter is the only man with a flash here. Nilo and LNZ are going to get close. The flash goes in, and Nilo is going to go down. LNZ answers back with a kill, but he's instantly dropped. Maxter, he's heard the steps behind him. He's let that player pass, but it's cost Adam B his life. And Maxter now has to try and do it all. The thing is, he's going to be overlooked completely, but only good for one for the moment. There's a second. Now, where does the third come from? And it doesn't come from anywhere. Jerry from long shuts it down. 8-3. ForZe continue just to push forward. And I mean, what do you do right now for Young Ninjas? You have no money. You have to go for a half buy. You have to hope that you call a set piece and it works out. Otherwise, to be honest, Ted, I'm already looking towards Inferno here.
Yeah, it does look like it. I guess it was only fair. We thought that this game would maybe have the potential to go all 3 maps, but you know, as we have around like that coming up, you're playing against people like Zorty, like Jerry, like Shofi. You're never gonna get an easy game in the playoffs. That's for sure. You might get away with a cheeky win in the group stage or a main Swiss, but you know, when it comes down to the playoffs, man, those guys know how to come back in those games. And you know, I actually wanted to talk about them just a little bit because obviously Jerry's been in this organization for over 5 years now. Shelfie's been here for a bit over a year. Zordy's been here for 2 years. Shelfie actually did arrive with Fears, the coach, one of the, you know, I'd say most famous Russian coaches out there. We all remember him from the Vegas Squadron days and, you know, the really good runs at the majors. But did you know that actually this trio has marked 352 maps together so far? Which is, you know, that's quite a lot to play as a trio.
That is quite an amount, to be fair.
Yeah, especially nowadays when there's so many changes happening.
Yeah, there's problems in a roster, you know. Usually there's a change every few months. So this ForZe team, of course, they do like to trust the process. Oh, the boost up there. Ah, Shalfie was spamming through, and Aaron needs to get out of there, taking a little bit of damage on the exit. It's trying to bait a player into him. Jerry with 3 kills in this round. This is 9. And ForZe definitely feeling fine. Will he be able to get one on the exit area? No, he won't. So he hangs on 7 HP. And now 9. Only 6 rounds possible for Young Ninjas. But at this stage, they'll take anything.
Yeah, at this point, you're just playing to make it a bit more respectful and put yourself in a position where if you win the pistol round and the conversions in the second half, you're going to be in touching distance. I feel like you still think about a lot of the buy rounds, and they haven't really been too close for comfort. I mean, the Young Ninjas have been getting kills, but it just feels like they're getting a bit outsmarted. Let's see, though. It's not too late for them to make this game competitive and this map competitive overall. We did see on the previous map that they tend to be a T-sided team. Well, I guess on Mirage more than on a map like Overpass, but still you might be feeling comfortable being the aggressors. Nilo this time around not alone on the setup towards long. He's got the support of his Oper behind him, but needs Era to at least take the attention away.
LNZ though dead towards connector, Nilo down as well, and Era on the jump spot sees somebody, but he has to try and retreat. Result though has his cross back, so he's trapped out towards long. He's trapped towards map. The jiggle comes in, but Result is going to be ready for it. Gets the better of the Opper. Maxter close by towards truck, but pretty much solo on this defense. Crad swings out. They know exactly where he is now, and they're going to be laser focused on him here. Surely he doesn't get out alive. Lots of damage done, and Jerry's just going to take him down. Adam B, he isn't even going to bother rotating. He knows this round is over. This is ForZe getting onto double figures, and how do you find a way back if you're Young Ninjas? I mean, okay, you were very, very prepared for Mirage. You had a really good T side, but the majority of that T side was you were just running in and you were winning every single aim duel. Now in this game, the aim duels aren't really going in your favor, but not only that, ForZe's game plan is absolutely stellar. And Young Ninjas just do not have an answer for it every single time.
Yeah, they've been so toughly abused towards the A-bomb side as well, if you think about it, right? When was the last time when actually LNZ got into a fight when they haven't already lost the round? And try and really think about it. There was a couple B rounds from ForZe in the start, but they were mainly close. Those were the rounds where Nip actually had the chance, but as soon as they started targeting that A-bomb side, it's been really tough for Nilo, been really tough for Era, been really tough for everyone trying to support. And at this point, I just feel like Result is just saying, Diopers against me, don't jiggle, they just fall. He's on 14 and 9. He's been so good on the entries. Once again, just taking down Era without really letting him fire a shot there. Quite solid on this map. Mentioned him having a good game against 500 as well a couple days ago, even though they did lose the overpass. Result was one of the people to make the Bulgarians work for it. He's making the Swedes work for it today, at least. It's not only working, it's suffering as well. Another half-buy coming in. FAMAS M4, Scout, double pistol upgrade, and a lot of hopes and dreams. Hasn't really been the easiest of days so far on overpass. It's been a really well-structured T side. Shelfie, once again, looking for an opening. Gonna stop it for now. Wait for his teammates to get closer. But actually, that M4 posted on the angle towards short might be in a good position for a kill.
Maxter in a good position to find a second, as Adam B is going to be traded out. Now, there's still the pistols to deal with and this FAMAS, so that could be a problem for ForZe, especially if Maxter comes away with yet another. He's going to get aggressive towards short. This time, Jerry, though, gets the better of him. So they have lost that rifle. It's down to just the pistols and the scout, but it's down to just Jerry and Zorty, the two probably longest standing members in this ForZe lineup, and they're going to have to combine once again. Zorty's going to be down, and Jerry now a 1v3 on the cards. There's the first, there's the second. Era, unbeknownst to Jerry, as the connector door does swing open, and Jerry hasn't heard it. He has no idea. Taps, looks towards heaven, and now turns around. Here's the steps. Era takes him down. A 1v3 from Jerry, and everything is going in ForZe's favor right now. Surely this map will do exactly the same.
There's no way that Era believes that Jerry doesn't hear the opening of the door and him dropping in water, right? That's why he's just stepping. He's just running at him. He's like, okay, he's heard me. I just need to go for the fight. Jerry had no idea, but there is no way that Era could suspect that, right? I mean, pardon, but there's no way you just open the door, you just jump in the water, and you're like, yeah, the guy on the side hasn't heard me. It's such a nice play from Jerry as well, isolating 1v1s, great awareness for the first 2 kills, and the third one was just easy peasy for him. 11-3, we might get another 12-3 half here. We did get it, map number 1. I believe. No, it was even a 13-2, right? Yeah, it was a 13-2, and now it's going to be a 12-3. We're seeing quite the dominant T-side force from both teams here on their respective map picks. Zorty already posted on the angle. It was a good effort from Adam B and Maxter in this previous round, though, but still not enough. The T's might want to target and run it back towards B in this round again, so we might see some more dynamic duo action from the Young Ninjas side. But beforehand, the protocol clearance of the toilets, and once again, it is Jerry to walk into the OP.
Era, nice shot. Now, Result, is he going to push past that Molotov? Yes, but still into the scope of Era, holds his nerve and hits 2. 11-4, might just be on the cards as the ball makes its way towards B. Once again, Young Ninjas in a pretty decent setup to deal with the short play and the monster play that's coming out. So he hits the no scope onto Maxter, but Adam B with the trade, and a lot better. They finish at least with 1 round. As you have a look there, massive discrepancy. 11-4. Can Young NIP bring this back, or for the very first time, are we going to all 3 maps in round of 16? Well, back to the second half of Overpass right now. ForZe currently the favourites, not only on the scoreboard, but according to 1xBet as well. So let's see if they're going to be able to close it out and, of course, send it to a deciding map. We haven't seen it so far in the round of 16. Maybe, just maybe, the last game is going to be the outlier.
Yeah, provide us with all the goods, all the action. Let's see if the young ninjas want us to go to a third, or if they're going to be able to close it out here and now. Shofi says no with the opening kill in the pistol round. Adam B looking for a recovery peak, but Shofi wins that fight as well. Supported by results. Flash doesn't really phase Adam B that much, but they will kill that goes in favor of the ForZe boys. So 5 versus 3 to kick things off in this pistol round. And Zorti's already pushed in behind. LNZ seems to have an idea of the possibility, though. If he is patient enough, he might get rewarded, but turns around in the exact same moment as they say that, so might get unpleasantly surprised any moment now, and he does.
Monster Pipe being pushed through, the steps are being made, Era only good for 1. That is the CT pistol falling in favor of ForZe, and we have traded both pistols in both maps. Now ForZe just need 4 more rounds to close it out. Young Ninjas, this should be a pure eco for them. Make sure that they get the guns up in the next round. 13-4 though, of course, that's what you give up. That is a very, very horrible scoreline to be looking at.
Yeah, I guess at this point it's just about the mental, right? You just run it with the pistols. You give them this round for free. Well, not give it for free, but you just go and die pretty much. And then as soon as you get onto the buy rounds, it's going to be the same mental game as we saw from ForZe on map number 1, or at least they hope to have the same success to try and get that confidence up for the next map, you know, just try and shake off the dust and get a couple rounds on the board. Make sure you're not thinking about that overpass all that much. Get a couple rounds on the T side. And then as soon as ForZe are able to close it out, just get tunnel vision on the third map and not really think about this one all that much. The third map is a really good map for Young Ninjas as well. I mean, not that this one's over yet. They obviously have to play their first buy round in this one as well. Might be able to bring it back. But if we were to go to an Inferno, individually, this is one of the best maps for both Nilo and LNZ. And even though from a team point of view, the stats might not show it, Young Ninjas is actually quite solid on that map. So I guess it's not terrible news for them that we're going to... we might be going, actually, I should say, to a third. You still are left with some minor fighting chances here on overpass, but a double HE. 3 players tagged down to start it off in the first buy round. Surely not ideal.
Low one for the first gun round from Young Ninjas. Haven't taken much map control, haven't really expended too much utility. ForZe haven't seen anything, but Krad is going to begin to push now, and this is a unbelievable timing that he's going to begin to walk as the connector walk does come in, or rather the banana walk. Now, Adam B is going to be holding, and if the timing just works out, he is going to be able to spot him, and just as he's going by the fountain there, he's going to be able to catch a glimpse of Krad. Nicely done. And now Young Ninjas, they're going to sprint up onto this A site. There's nobody here to defend. 1 player towards long. That's going to be Shalfie, but the site is completely under lock and key for now. Bomb goes down, and ForZe now have to consider how they want to go about this retake.
Yeah, you should consider the threat of a second player towards the long area, which they don't actually. And Shofi's going to get the kill surprisingly enough. Maxter now in a really tough position, though. He's going to get pressured by both sides. Shofi just reining in with utility, trying to support his teammates on the retake, but he's going to support him with getting kills as well. LNZ drops one in the meantime, though. Young Ninjas, they're trying to hold strong, trying to hold on to the bomb side, and it feels like they will be able to do so. Result just picking up the AK, and he's out of there. It's going to be 5 rounds on the board for the Young Ninjas as they're able to pick up at least their first gun round here on the T side.
Nicely done. Result will bring that gun forward though, so that is a little bit of a threat, but I think it should be the only threat in this round. I don't think ForZe are going to want to force behind this. There's no need to rush, a game like this. Jerry can still purchase up. Actually, they're going to force here, so...
Yeah, that's one of those moments. You just say that, and then you're like, what do I know?
Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of this at all, to be honest.
Yeah, I guess it's because the loss bonus is minimal. So even if they go for the eco, I think there was 1 or 2 players that wouldn't have had enough money to buy in the next one. So you're thinking about that.
Yeah.
You're thinking about, yeah, we're gonna be able to buy if we hold on to both rifles, which is not highly likely. It might happen, it might not. It's still a risk. So going for the eco, we might be stuck in a position where we have to double eco, and instead we can just go for the investment now and not let NIP build up any kind of an economy. So they're gonna get reset in the next round and blah 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 and etc. So yeah, I guess this is the mind process behind this all, but it's a really good chance for the Ninjas to bounce back with a couple more rounds here on the offensive side of things.
Nilo peeks in towards Longsword. He's going to be caught in no man's land here, and that's going to be the trade in from LNC as Young Ninjas now might try and make their way out towards middle, but Jerry finds that kill, and now the B players are going to be on high alert because Jerry's seen nothing else. He's cleared out long. They just need to be ready. However, it is only 2 Deagles. The flash comes in, not going to be good enough to blind Krad. Shalfie is going to be overlooked, and LNZ caught with nades out, nearly taken down, but Shalfie had to go for the reload. The molly comes in, burns Shalfie just enough, and well, towards the heavens. Jerry finds that kill, needs to get a second, down into a 1v1, and he's already out. He's already in the water. Era gets the bomb down, tries to get away safely, but Jerry, he's done so much damage. Oh, the flash comes in, he's completely blind, and luckily Era didn't go for a peek because Jerry would have been dead to rights, but Era already going to walk through. Oh, calls his bluff to perfection as Jerry stuck it. Era finds the kill and sticks a bullet between the eyes.
That's such a wild way to approach the 1 versus 1 from the perspective of Era as well, right? He hears the drop in water. He knows that Jerry could be holding the cross back to short. He's like, nope, I'm out of here. Knife out, jumps back, flash right in the face of Shalfie, or rather of Jerry, and then just goes back. Cold as a cucumber. Well, cool as a cucumber, I guess. Cucumbers aren't really... Yeah.
They can be cold if you keep them...
Yeah, they could be. They could be.
If you keep them in the fridge.
Yeah, so. It's 98% water, is it? So water, technically, is what ice is made of, right? It's frozen water, so...
Yeah.
Maybe you can be as cold as a cucumber if it's a really cold cucumber. But you get the idea. He was ice cold playing the clutch. Called the bluff. 13-6.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, go for the flash. Go for the peek. Everybody's going to swing out long toilets. Now, Nilo in this close position. This should be all right. Air is going to be holding the line from a little bit further back. And actually, not too bad. You lose 2 players, fair enough. But that could have went horribly wrong. Horribly wrong. And, you know, when you kind of come out of those situations, when you realize what might have happened, you come out relatively unscathed. No, that's a pretty good result. 13-7. Buyback here from ForZe. No AWP in the hands of Zorti just yet. Era has the opportunity to bring out a big green, and he's going to grab that opportunity, put both hands on that scoped rifle. And are we going to start it off? No, never mind. I thought we were going to start it off with a 4-man tower. It's something that the Young Ninjas do like to do, so
yeah, occasionally.
Keep that in mind.
Yeah, they might want to keep it for later on right now, but Krad's already opened things up towards connector. Double push towards monster. Flash is actually good, but some damage done. A lot of space taken. That's wild. Maxter just jumps through the connector smoke. That's such a big risk as well. If he goes down, that means that short is compromised, B is compromised. Young NIP are left with nothing. But now, because of him getting that kill, they actually have connector and short control, even though they don't realize it yet. And they have the middle part of the map. ForZe as well, after showing that presence towards monster, they're going to fall back and stack with 3 members towards the A-bomb side, which by the looks of it has been called completely by the Young Ninjas. The only risk of it being that running back into that B-bomb side, there is a good chance that you just walk in monster or walk out of monster and you don't hard clear Jerry here, which could lead to your demise.
Yeah, they're going to beat that smoke. Go LNZ. Is he going to be ready for it? They don't
Oh
look at it.
my.
Oh, no.
Hello.
Jerry's. Hello.
Yo, boys.
1, 2. Is there going to be a third? No. Behind the smoke, Era can't even push past it either. That's the round over. Surely. There's no way back for Maxter and Era. Despite everything, you know, young NIP, it managed to pick up so many rounds here. Never mind. Era, there's a quick double. He gets his hands on the bomb. Maxter's in a perfect position to take down Zordy. This is huge. It's a 1 versus 2 now. Oh no, Shalfie needs to hit both players. Now, they are both low, but the headshot needs to be instant from Maxter. Shalfie holds on. Era gave them a chance, but it's taken away by the highest rated rifler on the side of ForZe.
Oh, that was so close from Era as well. What a massive play. I like the bait from ForZe though. Jerry getting onto the self boost, the smoke towards Monster as well to even sail it even deeper. And after he actually gets the double, he falls down. Most of the time, you're going to see the player get refrag, right? If there's no smoke, Era's just going to be holding the line, probably gets the refrag instantaneously on Jerry. But because of the smoke, Jerry can actually try and escape from there. Still, he decides to pick up the fight. Era does manage to get a lovely double to keep them in the round. But in the end of the day, it's ForZe going on top once again, 14-8. Just 2 away from forcing a decider, which, of course, if needed, would be an Inferno.
Oh,
that was nice.
Good refrag there, though, from Crad. Oh, he gets tagged up. And actually, I believe it was he dinked on the first one. I'm not too sure.
I think so, yeah.
I think he was dinked through the rock for like 6 HP or something.
Yeah, but you know, that's one of those moments. You get dinged down and instantly, like mentally, you've already lost the fight.
Yeah, yeah.
It doesn't matter that it's like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 HP. You just get dinged. You're like, your monitor starting to get shaky. You're like, oh yeah, sure, I'm dead.
Very close by in the toilet, so the trade needs to be there, but Jerry with a good reposition for the second kill. But it's going to be Maxter and Era just making their way up onto the site with no problems. Result is now flanking up Con, and Era hits that shot on the rifle. He is still proving to be very dangerous indeed, even without the op in his hands. 14-8, still life in Young Ninjas, but not much life in this buy from ForZe.
Yeah, you know what? Era's actually getting fired up towards the latter stages of this map. And even though it still feels like Young Ninjas are really far from trying to contest this overpass, I guess this is a positive going into Inferno, right? Let's say that Era continues picking up kills. He's been really vital for them in a lot of those rounds. Let's say that he continues doing that on Inferno, especially on the CT side. But he's looking sharp with the AK as well if he wants to play it on the offensive side of things. So you know, on Inferno, which is not the easiest of maps to op on, but it's a map on which, you know, if you have an oper that's having a nice day in the office, he can still be the difference maker. I guess this is a positive, considering that, you know, even though ForZe have been having a lot of nice success here, it's mainly been because of, you know, Jerry having a really solid game, the team being really well-rounded, but individually, we haven't seen anything wowsy from Zorty, you know what I mean? He hasn't really been spectacular in terms of individual skill. Now, it is true that he hasn't really had to do too much, and he's done what he's had to so far, and we haven't seen him play the AVP on the CT side too much, but you know, it can still be a positive sign for the Young Ninjas.
Wowsy, I like that. I like that.
Yeah.
Oh,
I was thinking about the way to say it. Spectacular.
These pistols, Era, no problem. No problem at all. Still get a little bit nervous even when you're not playing against it, when you can just see what's about to happen, what's about to unfold.
Yeah, man,
in front of your
don't talk
eyes.
to me about that. You know, I've been following the Bulgarian teams through the RMR Open qualifiers and then 500 through the close qualifier. The amount of anti-ecos.
Oh man,
down the sink.
Yeah, happened when I was watching Viperio against One Win, flash in middle in
and that's
Vertigo.
when it hurts. That's when it hurts.
Full USPs, flash into middle, and they just got destroyed. But they still won the game, so. Tactical pause from ForZe.
Yeah, I like that. We had pretty similar thing to from Young Ninjas on map 1, right? But it was I think it was 14-8. But that's simply because of, you know, they had a buy round in 14-8. So I guess Jerry would have had a tactical timeout in the previous round if they had the money. But again, this is just a reality check. It's not really, okay, guys, there is a problem. We can't close out the game. It's just, yeah, this game isn't over yet. There is a way back for them. They haven't found it yet, but it exists. So we want to make sure they don't really find it. We want to make sure we close it out here and now and just get the quick exchange, you know, the 16-8 map 1, 16-9 map 2 here, and we just move on to a third. And Pratt, he's the first one to make a step in the right direction with the opening kills already as well there to refrag him after Era takes one down for the side of the T's. Man advantage for the CT side as they fall back from the initial fight, but the Young Ninjas looking for more success over towards the better bomb side. Smoke's gonna make them undo, or at least decide against it for the time being, but it still feels like they don't have enough freedom and space to work with to bounce back for an A play.
Oh, not at all, not yet. Double monster setup as well is in a really good state, this B bomb site. But it really depends how young NIP and how successful they are making their way in here. They're still going to go smoke up towards heaven. LNZ doesn't have flashes though. That's going to be on Adam B, or it might be on Maxter as they get into the pipe. Oh, LNZ spots out Jerry. When is the flash coming in here? And Maxter is going to line it up. He'll line up a second maybe as well. The swing comes out wide. Still one more. Is this going to be going unchecked? No, LNZ with a big headshot. But it's allowed Sorty now to rotate into position. He's in towards water, and Shalfie now in the back line. Shalfie from short. Surely could stop it all. 1, 2. It's over. 4's 15-9. And now they just need to close this one out. 6 opportunities to do so. Young Ninjas at least have a little bit of it by Nilo, excuse me, is going to be the only person without an AK. Still doable for Young Ninjas to force an overtime, but it's looking unlikely.
Yeah, unlikely is one way to put it. It's 15-9, 6 consecutive rounds required here on the T side of overpass. Probably not going to happen, as you said. You can still try and get a couple more rounds on the board. You've already won more than ForZe did on your map pick, so I guess if that counts as, you know, somewhat of a success, somewhat of a positive, you can try and be optimistic about it, or because of it. Zorky opens things up though, taking down LNZ, and Era's been tagged down low as well elsewhere on the map. Through the monster smoke. Again, quite proactive towards the mid-centric part of the map, have been ForZe throughout this entire half. They've already, I think in a lot of those rounds, a lot of the buy rounds nonetheless, they've had connector control, and that just comes to show that they love controlling the entire map, having the right idea on what's going on. And now the Young Ninjas, they just run it down monster, all 4 of them coming in from the same spot, trying to stay on overpass.
A good way to start it. Had a nice shot onto result. They need to make sure that Jerry is going to be at least considered towards short, and the peak is perfect from Adam B. Finds that kill. There's a player actually boosted up in towards CT, and is he going to be spotted out? Player in the heavens, Sorty spotted. Shalfie still manages to find the kill, and Adam B just off the mark with the spray. So it's a 3 versus 3, and it's not perfect for the Young Ninjas. They are still a little bit nervous, but Adam B is going to be able to at least put some of those worries to bed, as he puts and tucks a few of the ForZe players into bed and says goodnight to them in this round.
Yeah, great work on the entries. It's again the dynamic duos, as we call them, Maxter and Adam B. Another tactical timeout coming in for the T side, and you know, that's actually interesting. They know that the money on the CT side is gone right now. Maybe this is some of those, you know, motivational speech moments that they're having. You know, it's just 5 rounds, guys. They have no money, so it should be 4 rounds unless we decide to throw it away. So let's go. We can still bring it back. And we know that they can bring it back. We know it's not impossible. Let's see if Jerry allows it, though. He's had a great game. Maybe if Jerry doesn't have that great game, but you know, there's a lot of ifs, buts, and maybes out there. But yeah, maybe if he doesn't have that good of a game, Young Ninjas are still in with a fighting chance. But you know, he's been really good on overpass so far. Supported by Shalfie, who was good enough on map number 1 as well. Bar the fact that they lost it, he was still putting some great numbers, still holding his zone in some type rounds, being able to deliver some nice multi-kills. Full eco, as we said, triple boost towards short to start it off. You're hoping for a nice cheeky opening kill, and then you try and work your way out of there. But unfortunately for the side of ForZe, no one's really headed towards that direction.
Fortunately for Young Ninjas, right? I mean, don't want to be caught off by a tricky little play.
I wonder if we actually see the 4-man tower in the next round. Oh no, they have no money for an AVP. Oh, never mind. I was thinking, you know, the 4-man tower could be a good feature to have later on into the game when it's, you know, you get one buy round, you're just getting too closer to leveling things up and getting into another overtime. It would be a really cool thing to have in your book. We might see it as the rounds go on if they manage to win another buy round and they have the money to purchase the AVP for Era. Result should have enough in the next one to drop one over to Zorti, so we might see some action from the young man. But moving forward, this one should be quite free for the young ninjas to take. Jerry's actually giving it away as well. He's gonna call for help. And let's see what kind of a cheeky idea they actually have in mind for those pistols.
Well, the pistol's being found out left, right, and center here by the AKs. And all of them will fall 15 to 11. Right now, Era having a great game for Young Ninjas, really keeping them alive so far. Of course, it has always been one of his better maps. Even when he was back on Gamer Legion, Overpass was the map that you really didn't want to play them on, especially with the impact that he could have. But surprisingly to a lot, I would say the impact that he's having on an AK is a lot more than he's having on an op. He is a very capable rifler, and we are seeing that as well. But he would like to get his hands on a big green, maybe of course to go for that 4-man tower, maybe just maybe to have that one shot potential. Of course, it can really change around in a matter of moments. Shafi in towards connector right now. There's an aggression going in towards Monster. Oh, Maxter gets dinked up here. That's a problem. Shafi might just swing him here because he's heard the dink. Adam Beto finds the opening kill. And Shafi peeks right into Maxter. That's the headshot landed. Adam B with another kill onto Jerry. All right. Okay. That's what they say. A wounded animal is a dangerous animal.
Yeah, just going for the handmakers. Krat just barely manages to get away with one there, but now he's on the run. And actually, they're going to group up. Yeah, be nerdy about it. Triple peek him. Make sure he has no chance to win another fight. And look at the low HP on every single Young Ninjas member, bar Era. But Adam B gets another kill. That's so clinical. That's so unfortunate for ForZe. All of those fights. Maxter probably should be going down 99% in connector there, right? He gets dinged through the wall. It feels like nothing's going his way. It's supposed to be an unfortunate round, and a round that ends the game for ForZe in their favor, rather. But no, they still win the fights. They come on top in a lot of fights that they should be losing, but they still win them regardless. Regardless of all of the factors, the circumstances, they just nail the headshots. And now it's 12 rounds. Now this game is interesting. ForZe go for another tactical timeout. Now this one is because they feel the pressure. There's only 3 rounds between you and, well, the monster of Era, who's somehow bringing a show-stopping performance on an AK, even though he's an oper. We're watching an overpass, seeing Era 26 and 17. You wouldn't believe me if I told you that he's had most of those on an AK, but he has, and it's been really impressive. A couple nice and flashy plays with the AVP as well. It's his trademark, but in the end of the day, it's been the AK action as well from the Young Ninjas. 3 rounds away, another eco coming up for ForZe. That means that there's only 1 buy round standing. Well, 1 buy round and 2 anti-ecos standing between the Young Ninjas and an overtime on Overpass, Jack. This could get real interesting.
Nilo might miss the timing here. Oh no, that's a problem. He's going to go down. Era needs to just hang on to the AK, but he's being swarmed upon. His teammates are arriving to help, and luckily they are. Now, Result picks up an AK. Is he going to be able to do any more damage with it? Not like it is going to matter all that much. If he really wants to, he could probably just save it. You have an AK to play with.
Yep.
Less money might help you as the rounds continue to go on. However, this is 13 for Young Ninjas. And this is a problem for ForZe. Need to hope that they can close it out in regulation. Because if Young Ninjas are able to, of course, get this to overtime with the momentum on their side, you would have to favor them a little bit.
Yeah, you know, by the way, there's an interesting fact about ForZe on Overpass. Actually, because we said that they've played 24 games on Overpass in the last 3 months, right? Only once, or pardon, only twice, a team has been able to get up to 14 rounds against them on Overpass and lose the game. Only twice. That was Anonymous on the 24th of November in the CCT North Europe. It was a 16-14 in favor of ForZe. And then it was a 16-14 against VP Prodigy. But every other time, they have been pushed into an overtime, or the enemy team has just been able to get up to 14 rounds. ForZe actually have lost. They haven't won a single overtime. Now, there hasn't been a crazy amount of overtimes amongst those 24 games, to be fair. I think it's been only 2, if I'm not mistaken. One of them was against Into the Breach, again, in the CCT North Europe. And then the other one was a more recent one. Again, a CCT North Europe, but the next edition of it, which was already in the start of this month. It was against Gamer Legion, so it was in 2023, February the 3rd. They lost 15-19, but that's a crazy and scary prospect to think about. Let's see. Tactical timeout. Out of the way. Era goes on the AVP in this round. Well, the AK has been looking sharp. You don't want to risk it now. Now it's quite important, and Zorti's opened things up. Maxter goes down, but look at Era. He's going to try and hunt him. Try and compensate for his lost teammate. Nilo just walks out of long, but it's a 1-for-1 what he gets. Oh my god.
Nice reaction from Era. He's
quick.
Very quick on that op. Of course, I don't know why we're so surprised. We've seen it time and time again in this one. Adam B. Oh my. He went to clear it, but didn't really. He half-arsed it, and that is a problem. Smoke down.
It's man advantage. They're just slowing it down. Even though they have 2 players that have been tagged down. By the way, Era is over 30 kills already, but now they can just slow it down. Just hope that ForZe walk into them.
They split right now as well, so the smoke goes down towards front toilets. They don't want to group up, which could be a little bit of a problem. Zorti scopes and begins to walk in here, flash through. LNZ might just walk through the smoke maybe, especially on this second flash. He's going to clear out the close angle, needs to get that trade, and does. No idea where Jerry is, and he is going to back away down banana. Now, Jerry's heard this.
He's realized it.
Oh, this is a problem, because Adam B's walked out, but that should confirm it. Now, LNZ, he can just sprint up. Jerry, of course, is waiting for the steps. He's listening for the player to make his way up. But there isn't a lot of time here. Molly needs to go down towards there. Jerry is going to smoke it. That's going to panic LNZ. Oh, and Jerry hits the shot. Clutches up. 16-13. We're not going to go to an overtime like we expected, Ted. Instead, for the first time in the round of 16, we are going to a decider. But before we go to our deciding map of Inferno, we are going, of course, to a little bit of a break. We'll see you guys in around 6 or 7 minutes time. You definitely don't want to miss the conclusion of this game.
very complicated job, but I love simple things so much. One move. One push. One touch. One love. One click. One X-Bet.
Win up to $1 million with your CSGO esports predictions. Simply guess the kill scores of the 10 players in a CSGO match. The more you guess correctly, the bigger the prize. You'll need at least 2 correct predictions to win a prize. Guess all 10 correct and win $1 million. Experience the exciting new way to add a little prosperity when watching esports tournaments. And register now to receive a free entry ticket upon sign-up. Predict kills, win millions, prosper.
Tired of boring case openings? Do you always get only cheap skins? The Hellcase website has tons of options to upgrade your inventory. It's up to you to participate in giveaways, events, or compete with other players in opening cases. Hellcase, your world of expensive skins.
The hunger for glory feeds the desire, the courage to look for a challenge, to feed your ambitions. To reach for greatness. To become the champion of champions.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the CCT Western European Series 1. We are, for the first time, Ted, going to a deciding map in the round of 16, of course, at the playoffs here between ForZe and Young Ninjas, and we couldn't separate them after looking at a Mirage and an Overpass. It's going to take an El Clasico on Inferno to decide it all, to see who goes through to face iNation in the quarterfinals.
Yeah, this one's going to be for all the marbles. A one-sided map number 1, a fairly one-sided map number 2, but with a bit of an attempt for a comeback in the end from the Young Ninjas that, Jerry made sure to kind of fail for them. Well, now we're going to go into an Inferno, notoriously one of the best maps for a decider, notoriously the map that you'd want a long series to end up on, especially when we're speaking about playoffs, especially when we're speaking about the last game of a round. Speaking of which, we know that we are now ready to jump straight into the server.
You really joke.
You know what, Jack? I don't really appreciate you laughing at me for my voice leaving me here.
Did you really choke on air?
No, it wasn't a joke. It's just, my voice trying to say bye-bye.
Yeah.
It was my voice. No, I didn't choke. No.
Okay,
no.
I thought do you know the way sometimes you just like the air
No,
comes in
I
the
don't.
wrong way?
I don't choke on air. No.
Yeah. Happens sometimes, man.
Yeah,
It goes down the wrong pipe. And yeah, that's it.
Tell me more about the wrong pipe, please.
Oh man.
Okay. Knife round goes in favor of the Young Ninjas, which means that they will be starting on that CT side of things. Now, when you look at the stats for both teams on Inferno, it's not looking too bad. It's not looking too great. It's pretty all right, I'd say, for both teams. For the Young Ninjas and for ForZe, they've both played it 17 times the past 3 months. ForZe with a 53% win rate, Young Ninjas with a 47% win rate. And interestingly enough, pistol round win percentage is actually, well, quite close for both teams. Positive 52 for the side of ForZe, negative 47 for the Young Ninjas. But Nilo and LNZ are looking to make this one look better. As I say that, though, look at that from Zorti and Crab. What a start to a third map. Jeez.
Adam B might overlook this angle from Crad, and yes, he will. He goes down, so Maxter has to go this one alone. A 1 versus 3, maybe, to get him back and his team on the board early on, but he doesn't have a kit, not right now. And well, he has found that first kill and the second. Maxter, hold on a second. Bomb is going to be tapped. Crad, where is he coming from? Oh, look at all the damage done. He's going to swing and Maxter.
He's got enough time.
Oh, he has plenty of time to get the defuse off here. Maxter, what a 1 versus 3 pistol to keep you, and rather not keep you in the game, but get you alive, get you rolling on the deciding map.
Oh my goodness, what a 1 versus 3. What a clean shot on the third one as well. Maxter, that was absolutely phenomenal. That felt like it had to be a T-side pistol for ForZe. And look at the tactical timeout. Now this is awkward. Now this spells trouble. A tactical timeout on the back of a lost pistol round. You don't see that every day of the week. You know that something went horribly wrong. That's crazy from Maxter. What a tactical timeout. And let me tell you that Young Ninjas are enjoying the hell out of this pause right now. They're like, oh, we win the pistol. They go for attack. Wow, that's lovely. Arizona and AVP in round number 2. You might not be ready for that. You surely are not going to be ready for that.
Oh, what do you even
Phenomenal
go?
stuff.
What do you even say about that, to be honest? I mean,
well, you say that Maxter is the best teammate. He clutches the round, drops over an AVP to Era. What a nice teammate.
Era now needs to be careful. They're coming up second mid. This could be horrible for him. Needs to try and get away to safety. Peeks out onto Results, and actually Results is going to take him down. Oh, this could go horribly wrong. Luckily, Maxter's going to save the
What's
day
going on?
again. He's going to have a 3K to his name in both rounds so far, and he can still add to that tally if they make their way towards this A site. But for the moment, ForZe are stopped. They're considering heading over towards B, where right now it is Nilo alone. Smoke in hand to delay, to allow the rotation of LNZ back, of course, but needs to be careful. He spots out Crad. Is he going to push through the smoke? And yes, right into the waiting arms of Nilo. Not the brightest of ideas, but sometimes you have to take a risk, but the risk is going to reap no reward. 2-0 Young Ninjas, and to keep the hop alive as well.
Man, Maxter is a pro gamer. He's a professional CSGO player. What a start to that map. I don't know what he did between Overpass and the start of Inferno, but those 15 minutes, those, not even 15, those 10 minutes, I want to know what happened. I really want to know what happened. To start a map like that after, you know, such a... I'd say it's even more devastating the way that they lost Overpass than maybe the way that ForZe lost Mirage, simply because of Young Ninjas feeling like they were close, but not being able to get it over the mark. Whoa. No, this one's looking scary. If I'm ForZe, I'm really scared after some of those duels early on. Young Ninjas look really comfortable with their individual fights. I know it's just the pistols on the other side, but it's just the fact that you're getting those kills and you know that those youngsters, they're going to get fired up on the back of landing those 6 shots, you know. Those are the ones that get your confidence up, especially if you manage to convert this one without dropping too many members here. Your money's going to be looking solid. You're going to be able to afford to go for those aggressive plays if you want to. And it's a really good way to delay Jerry's master plans getting into the action here on Inferno. First buy round yet to come. Obviously, ForZe are just looking for the maximum damage possible in a round like this. And Nilo looking to farm up that cash money.
Yeah, Nilo close by. Jerry's going to walk his way in. Not going to clear out towards Log. Shalfie is going to be able to refrag his teammate at least. And, well, LNZ, although he's probably favoured in the fight with the Galil against the Pistols, he just doesn't want to take the risk. So, back away to safety. And they'll make their way into the site if they can. But rotation should be here in time. Air with the AWP. Shalfie looking for a deagle shot, but LNZ will actually claim both. One casualty for the Young Ninjas. As ForZe now get ready and get set for their first buy round, really, of the half. Of course, not counting the force buy in the second. We'll see what the AKs have to offer.
Yeah, you got to be hoping for a good start. Obviously, we know Jerry, we know his specialty. There's going to be a ton of utility thrown over towards Banana and a lot of fights happening towards that part of the map. Hard aggro. Towards Banana every single buy round. Try and get that map control. Try and have your slow and steady defaults in place. That's going to be the game plan. Early boost and a double setup towards short now as ForZe start contacting their way out of middle any moment now.
Both down out of B, just trying to dodge the flash, and he's hit 2 quick headshots. A little bit of camera trickery there.
Yeah, I thought he got absolutely annihilated by the first player running out.
No, it was the other way around. I know exactly how you're feeling because I thought the same, but the kill feed says otherwise. 4-2, as in 4 men versus 2 Ts on the other side. Jerry and Zorti, how did they battle back into this round? The initial play completely shut down. Wasn't even a problem. Swatted away like a pesky fly. So far, so good for Young Ninjas. Still no problems whatsoever. LNZ pretty low on the crosshair placement. So not looking really for the kill. He's just looking for the information.
Yeah. We'll also see a player. As soon as he spots one, then Adam B can get activated and posted on the angle. Still misses the timing, actually. Allows Jerry to fall back. Oh, never mind. Actually gets it right in the target. And that's going to leave Zorti in the 1 versus 4. Trying to hold on to his AK for his dear life. It's a 4-0 start here on the CT side. And actually, Zorti's thinking about going maximum damage. Well, he's made some noise. Now he's been hurt. He might go down, which is good for him. Going to get some money. Going to be able to be on the same note with his teammates, but it's a great start for the Young Ninjas. Only 1 player going down in the first buy round as well. When come to think of it, ForZe actually didn't have a bad call, right? They went into the bomb side where there was only 2 defenders. No one was covering apartments as well, but it was just a great call from the Young Ninjas going for the boost. Adam B and Maxter once again just dropping the final hurdle. ForZe not being able to overcome that setup towards the short side. Losing way too many bodies there. And it's now just a half by Hero AK for Shelfie. A couple pistols. A slower start. Still plenty of opportunities left. It's not too late. In fact, too early to even speak about dominance. But the first couple rounds have been comfortable for the CT side.
Don't want to get too comfortable. Then complacency becomes a little bit of an issue. Oh, Era trying to rattle off a few shots through the smoke. It's going to be a B split as LNZ gets close to try and stop this.
Ooh.
But once Era goes down, maybe A is the play. But the bomb still towards this B site. And eventually ForZe are going to continue to move forward. But now with the open hands of Result, that could be a problem. Excuse me, in the hands of Jerry. There's a scout in play as well. 50 seconds. A players haven't moved. They can't move just yet. They don't know. Of course, the bomb is towards B. If they had that piece of the puzzle, the rotation surely would have come in. LNC still hasn't seen anything, but he's heard some steps. And now might fear the worst.
Oh, nice pickup from LNZ. Needs more, though. Needs a multi-kill. Nilo's been spotted as well. Molotov to try and delay. Molotov to try and keep them away, but Shelfie doesn't need to be kept away. He can take the long-range fight with the AK-47 and wins it, and that's going to be first round on the board for the ForZe boys. They managed to make it work with the pistols. We spoke about that on the first map. Mirage was a map on which we did kind of point towards the prowess of the CAS teams when it comes down to those buys. Obviously, there was one Hero AK. There was another AVP picked up in the process, but It was the Pistols to start it off with a nice kill onto the Opera of Era. And from that point on, the Young Ninjas didn't really get a chance to fight in this round. Nice try there from LNZ to keep it honest. Not enough. Money for the CT side, still good enough. No room for panic. You can reinvest. You gotta be careful though. We haven't seen a single successful buy round so far from ForZe. It's nice winning those pistol rounds. You need to find a way to abuse the full buys as well. Let's see what they go for. Presumably back to that banana action. And yeah, there we have it. Just playing the default. Zorti's actually gone for a quick peek with the AVP. That's nice to see from him. Showing some confidence early on.
Oh, Era. Tag. Not the frag, sadly, for the Young Ninjas Opera. Result. Just get the better of him. Nilo. Oh, that damage done. Jerry, I was going to say he was lucky to get out of that engagement alive, but he isn't so lucky. He's going to be taken down. Now, Young Ninjas need to get back out towards the pit. Shalfie has found a massive gap in the defense as of right now. And has he heard LNZ? I'm not too sure. Now, he's definitely heard him. He's walked a little bit closer. LNZ is going to overlook this angle. Yes, he is, completely. And already we're seeing ForZe really abuse that long position. Get in behind, cause problems, find the gaps, and Nilo is low HP here. Peeks out, Result takes him down, and that is 2 now for ForZe.
Yeah, that was a bit undecisive there from the likes of LNZ. Obviously, we don't know what's going on in the team speak. It might not be even, I'd say that maybe it's not even him making the decision, and it's just on the back of information from his teammates that he tries to run it back. He starts rotating back A, then he again, and all of that is happening with him just running full W. So surely they should know that there was the timing for Shofi to find a window and try and abuse it. But yeah, maybe it would have been better. For a second there, I thought that they'd made the call. You know, a player could be out long, and we're gonna run the setup. We know he could be. I think they were running the up bauk, under bauk setup towards the A bomb side. So it felt like they were waiting for something like that. And then I was thinking, okay, so maybe LNZ just doubles back towards the B bomb side, and they just play the 2-2, and you know, whatever happens, happens. But yeah, he gets caught in no man's land, and as you pointed out, Nilo was already low on HP, so there's not really anything that he could do there, even in the form that he's been showing so far today. Well, especially on map number 1 on Mirage, he was absolutely spectacular. Overpass, not as much maybe. Arrow was, I'd say, the captain of the boat on this second map, but yeah. You can't really fault Nilo in that scenario. Thankfully for Young Ninjas, because of the saved guns, they can monster up another fairly decent buy. It's actually looking great. But they gotta get back to winning ways. Otherwise, the money's gonna continue dwindling away. And by that, I mean it's kind of gonna disappear after this round if they lose it as well.
Yeah, the pressure's being applied towards top banana here, though. They need to be ready. LNG goes down towards long, but it's answered back with that one from Nilo. Era can't really overstay his welcome, and once again, he's being wrapped upon, so surely he's just dead in the next few seconds, and indeed he will be. That's the round done and dusted, unless Maxter can save the day and catch the bomb out in a little bit of an awkward timing. But even with that kill, you can see they're not really too pressured into going for this, or rather, they don't feel like there's too many opportunities that present themselves to them. Yeah, no. Save. 3 now for ForZe. And once again, I'm going to highlight it. The long play. You know, they have that little bit of a long lurk. They have that little bit of a long wrap. And although, yes, it only gets 1 kill, it seals the round. And it's something that Young Ninjas are going to really have to try and address, because they're letting that player get out pretty much for nothing. They had LNZ there that time to try and stop him, but when LNZ was unsuccessful, once again, it's just something that the B players need to be really aware of.
Yeah, and it's always going to be tough, right? Especially when you're running that aggressive setup towards the car area on the B bomb side, and you're already getting into a fight. I guess the only way that this one actually works out for you is if Nilo and Era are able to wipe out everyone from Banana and just get all 4 kills, and then it's just result left in an awkward 1 versus 4 or 1 versus 3 where he's stuck in CT and the CTs have control over the bomb on Banana. But otherwise, it's gonna be a really tough round to win, and I completely agree with you on that one. They need to find a way to stop that from happening that much, or find maybe a safer way to approach it. You know, being able to spot the lurk, but not really necessarily go into a fight with him. As you can see, they're having a lot of success with those long fights, Force, and they just continue to abuse them. Even though it was a dedicated B play, as soon as Result gets the kill, you know that there's pretty much no way that the CTs win the round unless we see a magnificent, and by magnificent I mean an unreal play from Dioper or Nilo. But yeah, it's been tough ever since Forza got this first round on the board. D side starting to look quite solid. Let's not forget, they might have gotten a bit delayed on their start on the T side because of the great plays from Maxter in the start, right? The 3K into the pistol round, 3K anti-force round, and he's gotten 1 kill ever since. So it was a really quick start for him, but he's cooled off now. In fact, he's not even the top fragger on his team anymore. That one's for Nilo. So it feels like now Forza get to play the game that they initially wanted to, and it's been working out quite nicely.
Era completely blind by that flashbang. 4 players here defending towards A, so if you make your way into this site, you are going to need to be picture perfect on your entries, or else that could be a problem. A little bit of utility going to be thrown back in the faces of the teams.
I think they split B again.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the worst possible round that Forza can go for, according to the setup. Well, from the perspective of the Young Ninjas, from the perspective of Forza, that's the best call. You have LNZ all alone towards the back of the B bomb side. He's going to get wrapped upon. They need to get aggressive towards middle. They need to get a move on. They can't just stand still, and it looks like they're realizing that, but it might be a little bit too late.
Adam B now realizing what's going on. LNZ goes down. He was completely alone, of course.
They can't believe their luck right now.
Yeah. Oh, and Sorty's even going to turn around and find the headshot. What a quick reaction from the Opper. This is 4-4, and it might go from bad to worse here. Especially if the weapons are going to be taken away. There's the op drop towards middle, and Sorty might just try and run down and try and hold on to it. Now, he might risk the op that he has in play, but it might just be worth it. And actually, Young Ninjas, they're not going to even attempt to try and get that one back. So they'll save AK and M4, but no op. And they don't have the money to purchase one either.
Yeah, as we said, the T side at this point has more than enough cash, right? So even if they lose a couple of guns, they're going to be all right as soon as they don't let NA Young Nip hold on. So right now you're just making an educated guess. You're like, yeah, probably they won't let us save the AVP, so let's not be too greedy. Let's hold on to what we have. You know, count your blessings. You have an M4, you have an AK. You can buy if you want to. You can buy if you want to, and play around those rifles, which is probably the one that you're gonna go for because you want to have everyone on AVP as well. You want to have the utility to try and contest maybe Banana, try and contest brackets. Hasn't really been the most proactive CT side that we've seen from the Young Ninjas. Well, typically their CT side has a lot to do with, you know, setting up the nice or the right setups and stacks, and just having good reads on what's going on. But yeah, we haven't really seen too much action taking place. That's a nice idea from Nilo on the boost. Might be able to catch Crowd off guard. Ooh, get spotted. That's a lovely spot from Crowd there. Make sure he doesn't get surprised by a cheeky play like that. He knows what buy he's up against. Good awareness.
Oh, and they go back into the boost there. But the Molly's going to force them out of position, forces them into fights, and Nilo's going to win both of them. Now, Shafi dinked in the back, and this is definitely in Young Ninja's favor right now. Oh, another dink, another pistol kill. Adam B With that Deagle, of course, finishing the job that the M4 did start. Air is going to pick up that M4 and begin to wield it. And while ForZe are going to try and maybe reposition, NIP, or rather young NIP, they've pushed all the way through bananas. So they're fast on the flank. And once the Opera goes down, if Sorty does go down here, that's the round surely done and dusted.
Yeah, on the low HP as well, you kind of hope that the Opera is going to be able to find somebody off guard, and then that's going to create an opener for Shofi to work with. Still a nice reaction onto Nilo, and he can actually hold on to the AK-47. His team has enough money. No need to give away another premium T-side rifle to the CT side to play. 5 rounds on the board for NIP. Nilo coming back to life though with a massive double kill towards the B-bomb side. This is exactly what you needed from him in a round like that, especially considering that the initial play didn't work out, right? I mean, they go for the first boost. It gets really well spotted by crowd, and at this point, you just think, okay, now they're going to panic, just run back the bomb side, and probably get run down. But they actually repositioned quite quickly. They had the second boost in mind, which was, you know, it's impressive that they're able to get on top of it so quickly. Nilo gets the first kill, then drops down immediately, tries to pick up a third kill, gets caught in transition, so to speak, but still manages to win the fight. Just decent stuff from him. Quick grenades towards the brackets, though, in this round from the T side, as they're going to be trying to catch Era off guard. Oh.
Era completely flashed him, manages to find a kill. As a result, puts the pressure on Adam B, but he's able to stand the test, and more than that, and more so. 3 kills for him in towards the pit. Now where does Sorty go? He's got no teammates left. That round went a little bit quicker from ForZe, and it was over a whole lot quicker. 6-4. Young Ninjas should extend their lead, but Sorty, is the play just to hang on to the op here, or is it to do some damage to the CT economy while you can?
Yeah, at this point you can make a choice. I feel like the damage isn't really worth it that much. I mean, you can try. It's 45 seconds. You have enough money, but you know that the CTs are starting to build up that economy. It's still 1 versus 5. You know they need to massively overstep the mark if you want to have an even slight chance of picking up more than 1 kill here and not get immediately refragged straight after the fact. So yeah, he's going to hold on to the AVP. That's going to be 6 rounds on the board for the Young Ninjas. Once again, regaining their lead. Let me remind you all that they're joining in right now. This is our final round of 16 game here at the CCT West Europe Series 1. Is the debut of this CCT edition. And so far, we've had 7 teams, I believe it is, proceed into the quarterfinals. The winner of this map in this series will be our final team to make it into the next round of playoffs. 2 O's all over the way. Before this game, that was first 3 mapper of the round of 16. We have Godsend taking on Illuminar on Wednesday. That's going to be the early game. Then we have, or rather, Godsend taking on Gamer Legion, sorry. Illuminar is going to be playing Apex later the same day. And then we're going to have Spirit Academy taking on the Falcons and iNation taking on the winners of this matchup right here and right now on Inferno. The Young Ninjas did manage to win map number 1. It was their map pick on Mirage. Then ForZe leveled it up on an overpass. And here we are, 6-4. Trying to figure out which one of those is going to proceed into the quarters.
Ninjas actively fighting towards Banana, looking to stop ForZe in their tracks, and they're going to need a little bit of utility to do so here, and that's okay. You just expand that small little bit. But what isn't okay is you've lost Shafi out towards long. That's a little bit of a problem. Now, if ForZe want to continue to push past the smoke and take top Banana, and that's exactly what they're going to do. They're just going to maneuver their way around. Result is still on a little bit of a lurk, but he is quite low. Crad in a similar position. And Young Ninjas have this round in the palm of their hands right now. They just need to make sure that the sight holds are as good as they have been so far. And Adam B That's just going to find that massive headshot, a massive kill. But he's going to rotate away for the moment. Era hits that shot onto Zorti, now realizing, okay, I've left a little bit of a gap here that they might begin to exploit. And they have done so. Krat is going to now walk upon him from long, and Jerry from short. So still a 2v2 on this site.
Yeah, but Maxter's hiding. He's not going to be peeking. Even if they find the kill onto the side player, now they've heard the scope. Now they know. There's the kill. But look at Maxter. He's still underneath the balcony. They have no idea. He can deny the bomb plant. No, he doesn't see him. He doesn't spot anything, but they still don't have a confirmation. They suspect he could be towards the pit, but have no idea about the other possibility. Maxter picks up both kills. Played expertly. Yes, he lets them plant the bomb, but still wins the round. 4 players survive. Young Ninja's looking really solid now on the CT side.
I mean, you give up the bomb plant, yeah, that's okay, though. I mean, you know, you give up the bomb plant, but you're able to win the round afterwards. Okay, it's a little bit of bonus money for ForZe, but...
Era's got 10k.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter all that much. So, the round does go in your favor, 7-4. The lead is now 3, and your Opper is in a fantastic financial position.
Yeah, everyone's in a really decent financial position, to be fair.
Can't relate.
Nope. I like this one. It was good. Especially after a long day. Let's see though. Era, speaking about his financial position, his position with hitting some shots has been good in the past couple rounds. Sure, still only on 5 kills, but hasn't really been missing a whole lot of those important shots. Adam B gets hard done in the fight against Result. Maxter still towards the back of the bomb side, manages a double, but there goes Krat to shut him down. But it's Era once again with some big shots that need to get landed, but he misses with the first one. And this could be the end of the round. It's a complete lockdown of the A bomb side. And both Nilo and LNZ unfortunately don't have their visas for that part of the map.
Badly. They won't even attempt this one. So it's a 7-5 scoreline. The 5 rounds on the T side so far for ForZe, you know, it's okay, but they really need just that little bit more. You know, they'd feel a lot safer on 6, maybe 7. But right now, ForZe has done a good job just to win that round, because if they lose it, then it becomes a little bit scary for them. They just keep Young Ninjas within touching distance, which is very important.
Yeah, quite important. Especially knowing that Inferno's one of the fairly T-sided maps in the pool, one of the few. We said that in the start of the day. Obviously, we started it with an Inferno. And we're going to end it with an Inferno. I've just realized that. That's really wholesome. But yeah, in the end of the day, that's one of the maps on which you expect to have some more success on the T side. And you know that people like Nilo and LNZ are going to have a lot of free roam on their T side after we go for the switch. So you want to make sure you post a couple more here, as you have that chance in half number 1. Funnily enough, by the way, Young Ninjas are right now on a 3-game losing streak on Inferno, losing to Eyeballers into the Breach and Havu, but this one looking a lot better. Result once again manages an opening kill into the apartments, takes down Adam B. That's twice in a row now. The Young Ninjas don't really over-rotate on the back of losing that initial player. LNZ is going to stick around. I say that, though. Now he's getting worried about the potential of a wrap through CT spawn, and that's going to leave Nilo all exposed. He's all alone. He's got only an 8 and a flash to work with. He needs some support.
See, that's the thing, the conditioning that's kind of gone on towards this B side. They're so afraid of that long wrap, and so they should be. Molly is going to fail. It's not going to matter. Nilo's in no man's land. LNZ just going to swing through the smoke. Go. There's a double. Anymore runs out of bullet, swaps to the Deagle, but he's not going to be able to find the headshot in time. Maxter takes a big risk, and well, Jerry, he glocks 2 people, taking both of them down, and now Era has to rotate into an already fallen bomb site. It's completely and utterly compromised. And so is this round. There's no way you get back into this one. 7-6. The lead is now cut to 1.
Oh, that's so terrible from Nilo's perspective there as well, right? Because you said the conditioning has been really good from ForZe. They've made them so afraid of that long wrap. Even if they have the peak, because I think they had Era from short side just staring down middle, but still they knew there was that slight possibility of another T player just walking through their lines into CT spawn and being a threat. So they rotate LNZ back, then they realize what's going on. They rotate a couple people back, but Nilo doesn't get a single kill. So everyone just needs to run through smoke, go for hero plays, and just hope that they get fortunate. Era, thankfully for him, he's going to be able to hold on to the AVP, it seems like. Got a bit pressured there towards the latter stages of that previous round, but still manages to hold on to the big green gun for this penultimate round of the first half. 7-6 in favor of the Young Ninjas. ForZe still keeping it close, still keeping it competitive. As we said, Jerry with a massive triple kill. He had a great performance on map number 2. He slowed it down here on Inferno, but comes back to life when they need him the most. For those of you that missed it, Jerry did post a 25-17 game on Overpass, which was absolutely phenomenal. Era, the only one that was above him on 31-18. Both have cooled off a little bit here.
Still 2 rounds though for them to speed it back up. Get back into the swing of things. Oh, flash comes in. Era doesn't want to go into the Molotov. Of course, he is blind, but he can still hear it. No, doesn't want to step into that and take any unnecessary damage. He is, of course, tagged down just a small little bit, but it is ForZe. Now, with a fair decent amount of map control, I mean, they do have brackets, whether result, I mean, he's clearing it, but he doesn't really know for sure if they have it all that, or just yet, rather. Brad is the headshot into Era as they make their way into the site. Flash is good enough for Nilo to have one, but Zordy is able to refrag his teammate. So that's the B-bomb site down. Result now on alert once again. It's going to have a little bit of impact, and there's even going to be a second player that they mightn't be too aware of. Shalfie still in the apartments, and Maxter and Adam B still need to be so careful about this. Where do they want to save? The answer is probably going to be in towards the pit. Shalfie, I mean, if he goes down here, it's not a problem at all. They can buy, or rather drop for him. Taking these rifles away could make a massive difference in this next round.
They're all going.
Nice shot. Adam B didn't stand a chance, and Maxter burns a little bit in the pit for the moment. Flash is coming in. He's swarmed by the T's, and he is going to be overwhelmed. Taken down. Team rifle saved and a team ace. Team effort.
Yeah, you gotta love the switch of pace though, and the conditioning, as you pointed out. Obviously, another thing that you gotta love is the CCT code over at Hellcase. So make sure you click the banner below the stream. But getting back into the game, is the fact that they're switching up so much with you know, some of the tells that there is in their game on the T side. There's not a lot of those, right? Because you'd see them make a lot of noise towards Banana, then the long player goes for a fight, and then they re-aggress Banana. That's how it's been done so far this game from ForZe. But this previous round, they just contact their way out of the B-bomb side, and the Lurker, for the first time ever, was just there purposely to cut off rotations. It's been a really good switch of pace, and speaking about that, once again, they go for an early peek. A quick 1-for-1, though, as they head back towards that A-bomb side and right into the waiting arms of Adam B and Maxter.
Can they stop ForZe this time towards short? They'll actually double peek it, and Zorty's not going to be able to get a trade onto result. He goes down. Shalfie now on a long lurk once again. Is he going to cause all the problems? Yeah, they've missed him completely. Zorty needs to be careful though. He's been walked upon by that MP9. No problem. And Shalfie accounted for. He's going to be taken down. It's an 8-7 half, as close as you're going to get in Counter-Strike, and I'd expect nothing less from this decider.
Back to the action straight away, ladies and gentlemen, as once again, I choke on air. But we are getting into the second half here of action. Map number 3, Young Ninjas taking on ForZe. Last game in the round of 16 in the middle. Rush to kick things off here for the CT side.
Strange call from ForZe, but it's so strange that it might just work. They'll push all the way down. They'll find 2 initial kills, but they won't find the bomb. That is eluded them for the moment, and Adam B should be able to get out onto this A site without any problems whatsoever. Maxter trying to cut off the rotation, but he is alone, and if he goes down, then a problem does arise. There's a player in Mexi that might go unaccounted for as well, but Chaffee's going to be holding for it this time. Adam B dropped on the site. Maxter now left in a 1 versus 3. Surely we don't see this again. On the pistol, he's going to sit and fade that long smoke, and actually he's going to walk all the way through. He's heard the steps, finds the first kill. Nice headshot, a high-low being played here, and Shalfie makes sure that he will not clutch up once again. And we will trade pistols on the decider. Defuse comes in, no problem. 8-8, we're level.
Whew, that was for the ace as well, by the way. So he would have gotten a second sick highlight on the pistol rounds. And when you think about it, Maxter's on 18 and 6. 3 of his kills in this pistol round, 3 in the previous. That's 6. And then he had a triple in the second round of half 1 as well. So that's half his kills in the manner of 3 rounds. Crazy to think about it. 8-8 though. You still gotta feel like the Young Ninjas are gonna be going into this second half feeling a bit optimistic, right? Especially with the tendencies of Inferno being a slightly T-sided map, both those teams being a bit better on the T side on a good day. I feel optimistic for Nilo and the boys. LNZ and the boys. Everyone else and the boys. Let's see how they fare with the ForZe buy here. 2 rifles, 3 pistols, slowly making their way out of middle. And Nilo's just waiting for the signal to throw the smoke, just burst out of the apartments.
Yeah, Results goes by though, and that could be a problem. First player is actually going to get past. Result can't stop him. Shalfie is going to be dead. Result as well. Sorry on the site. Now playing around that smoke, but Maxter drops him too. And in turn, that a bomb site does fall, but not without a fight. And ForZe are not without a chance. They still have an opportunity. Mollies will go in. 1 just to clear out. Big Pit as Crad now using that smoke to his advantage. Just 2 players on the site. Nilo and Mini Pit. He needs to be cleared, and he is not going to. Young Ninjas do hold on to that A site, and they do regain that lead. The force bite works out in their favor, and that's horrible for ForZe because it absolutely shatters their money, and they have to force back.
And Maxter got another triple kill. So when you think about it, if we counted the first 2 rounds of each respective half, Maxter has gotten 12 kills in those 4 rounds. That's crazy. This is probably the greatest, like, individually, this is probably the best individual start to the first 2 rounds, the pistol and the conversion that we've had so far in the tournament on a single map. Crazy stuff for Maxter. And again, even though he is the one to pick up the kills in the end, I feel like we need to give a lot of credit to Nilo and the amount of space that he wins for his team. As soon as the first player gets taken down in a round like that, it becomes a whole lot different and a whole lot more difficult for the T's to get space and make it awkward, because this is your chance in a round like that. You got to make it awkward for the CT side. And when Nilo jumps out of the apartments, this is exactly what happens, right? It's just chaos all over the place. It's T's swarming pit, under balcony, graveyard, the bomb side. And if you're ForZe, you just see 4 people on your screen. You're wondering who you should be shooting. 9-8, another tactical timeout coming in for the ForZe boys. We saw one after the first pistol round. Now we're seeing one after round number 2 of half number 2. And with the ForZe buy in line in the apartment setup, they would be hoping for the best. But judging by the first couple seconds of this round, it doesn't look like NIP are too, well, it doesn't look like they feel too generous in a round like that to just give away to the pistols for free. So they might have to take it by force, and this is what they've tried to do, and so far it's been fairly successful.
1 for 1. I wouldn't say it's extremely successful. 2 for 2 now, of course. ForZe have actually rotated everybody over towards this A site. That's where they're expecting the play to come in from the Young Ninjas side.
Yep.
But
It's a good
bottom
call
goes
from
to
the
B.
Ninjas.
Yeah, just to go all the way back. Now realizing what might be going on, Shafi could be caught in a horrible timing here. As he makes the steps, he's going to pick up the rifle, or try to anyway. Gets his hands on it, and Nilo is going to be unsuccessful in stopping him. And Nilo might be unsuccessful completely in this round, as two players were looking at him. But Jerry finds his imminent death towards B.
Yeah, he still found something.
Yeah.
Not as positive.
No, it was a negative that he found.
Well, it kind of depends.
In
Sometimes. What?
In what way?
Well, I guess sometimes you're just like, just get it over with. Let's say you're playing a full Glock round or full USP round, 5 USPs, and you've waited to have the guns. You just wanted to get over with. You know? You've had those?
Yeah, I've had a few of them, yeah. But that one, I mean, definitely not
Yeah.
that kind of round. Especially
No,
with getting Nilo so low. If Era goes down, then it's just
No,
max
it's
there
not.
completely,
It's
really.
not. Yeah.
10-8.
But it's Young Ninjas up to 10 rounds, and now we're gonna get closer, slowly but surely, to the point of which we're gonna be able to actually witness ForZe on the buy round. The Young Ninjas obviously are gonna try and use that bonus time period that they have. You know, get a couple clean multi kills. You know, boost up the confidence. Baxter has been capitalizing on the pistols and the anti-forces, if you know what I mean.
I do indeed. He has been, of course, farming those kills.
Yeah.
21 and 6. You might get a few more here, but actually, it's Era to take point as of right now. Still 4 players in the site, and one of them has a FAMAS, so something you need to be a little bit cautious about. And well, they'll find out the FAMAS early on. So, the Ninjas might just head back and explore their other options, being A. Result is here. Alone for the minute. Crad only has a USP, so it isn't going to be too much support.
Oh, no.
Timing. That's so
No
unfortunate.
way.
That's so unfortunate.
You know what? I feel his pain. I'm so sad for Result right now. That's so sad. Is the fact that the apartments player behind him starts running at the exact same time that the short players start running as well, and he doesn't hear him. Like, Nilo was going guns blazing, full W into his crosshair, and Rizal just turns around. He doesn't realize that's a player running by his side in apartments. He thinks that it's the short guys. It's that's sad. Well, I guess it's just gonna be another round. As you said, diligent enough stuff from the Young Ninjas. They spot the gun, a quick 1-for-1. You just run it back towards the A-bomb side. You make sure it's gonna be a quick enough run as well, so you don't give enough time to the rifle to reposition. Luckily enough, Shelfie got tagged down low, so he decides, you know what, I'm not actually taking my chances. I'm gonna stick to the B-bomb side. If you come here, fair enough. I'm going to be able to have another go at it. If you don't, I'm just going to hold on to the FAMAS. It's going to make life a little bit easier for us going into the next buy round, as money is still not looking, well, in the best shape possible. No AVP nonetheless for the CT side yet. A lot of rifles, though. A fair amount of utility. And Estradamus trying to hold a crazy rundown banana from Jerry.
Big round here for ForZe to try and get back into the game and not let Young Ninjas continue to plow on through Inferno. As so far, they have pretty much plowed through the defenses, bar one round. Of course, that being the pistol. It's been one-way traffic since. Util being exchanged on brackets. And it is pretty heavy control that ForZe are going to be trying to keep the Young Ninjas at bay from popping on through. And it's the correct decision just to fall back for the moment. They are going to maybe explore options towards B. They're going to show a little bit of presence towards Banana, but it might just be the fake and they might just come back. Still, ForZe, they have a really good read of what's going on here. They still have 4 players. They are not buying the bluff. They're not buying the rotations. But it doesn't matter if you're buying the bluff, if you're buying the rotations, if you have people here, you still need to win the fight. Result
There's no way.
Doherty isn't going to win it either. Shafi and Jerry are now on the site. Shafi's down. They haven't picked up a single kill. And
No
they won't
way.
pick up a single kill. The A defenders have been absolutely bombarded on that A site. And now it's Crad to walk towards Speedway, and he might go down for free as well, and indeed
No
he
bloody
will.
way.
A clean T round, even though they had the perfect read.
How is that possible? How is it possible that not a single Young Ninjas player falls down in this round? They just walk in between two smokes towards short and long. Behind both smokes, there is a CT spamming with the silenced M4 and doing a whole lot of damage. Gaps through the smokes. They're spotting people running. People that are 1 HP. Everyone just gets double peeked. Everyone gets absolutely annihilated. They don't get a single kill on the board. They had the perfect call. They knew, okay, they realized that they've been stopped by the Molotov, so they might try and run it back just to fake us. We're gonna stay with the stack. And now, on the back of that damage, they're actually gonna try and switch it up with the half-buy, and it's worked out perfectly. A double from the MP9, one from the Scout, and suddenly, just 25 seconds into the round, it's a 5 versus 2 in favor of ForZe.
I mean, unless Adam B. and Maxter can somehow pull Young
a
Ninjas
madness.
back into this round, I mean, that's really, really impressive from ForZe. You know, they don't, rest on, okay, we lost a round that we probably shouldn't have. Let's just go and take this one away, and with very limited invested as well. I mean, yes, they all have MP9s, but they all bought down to 2K, so they were really putting their eggs into, the next round's basket, if that makes any sense at all. Now, 55 seconds for Young Ninjas to get anything done, and the information has been gathered. They have been spotted towards bottom banana. ForZe just need to play these nasty off angles and hope for the best, and that's exactly what he's going to be doing, holding for that long wrap, making sure that his B players aren't going to be in too much trouble. And Young Ninjas are going to walk this direction as well. So that could be an issue. So he's going to peek out. Timing is perfect. And he's going to find the double. It is nearly a clean round for ForZe. They only lose one player. But they save 3 AKs when all they had invested was MP9s and Scouts.
Yeah, that was absolutely phenomenal. What a way to bounce back into such kind of a round. And you know that Young Ninjas are going to be feeling hella good about themselves after the previous round, right? So you just send them back to planet Earth, pretty much. It's just a wake-up call from the Young Ninjas to realize that this game is not over just yet. It's 12-9. They're still in a really good spot, though, but you need to take it over the finish line. AVP in the hands of Zordy. A really nice buy around. Money injection for the CT side. Zordy going for an opening, misses the chance, and gets punished by Maxter.
Oh, there's still 2 players here as well. Will Jerry get Maxter on their retreat? And yes, he will. Just playing around that smoke. He's just being cheeky. Or Jerry. Oh, and a nice headshot to LNZ as well. But Era refrags it eventually. Crad realizing that somebody could be walking through the smoke, and he had the perfect idea of what was going on there. Knew exactly where Era was going.
Yeah, but look at Nilo. He's already made his way out of short. He knows that surely there's going to be a solo defender towards that A-bomb side. Still wants to make sure that Adam B is going to be close enough. So if Nilo goes down, there's going to be someone else nearby to try and get the refrag on time. And even though ForZe have that aggression towards the top of Banana, and the idea is not going to be quick enough, Nilo doesn't hard clear the angle, and that's going to cost his teammates life. And now he needs to play it in the 1 versus 3. Result doing a whole lot of work there, staying alive, Molotoving the bomb. Nilo can still pick that one up. Now he's getting slowly and surely circled by those CTs. He's going to try and find an opening. To be fair to him, he's got a lot of time to work with. Sticks the bomb plant, makes sure that they get the money. Now it's 1 versus 3. Some crisp shots need to be landed. There's the first one, the Krat lands him with the refrag. I think there was an HE on top of him as well that might have done a whole lot of damage. So the round will go in favor of ForZe. Only 2 surviving, but it's all right. At this point, you just want to try and get closer.
He's going to run and try and get his hands on the op. And he will be able to recover it. Defuse pulled off. That's time. But plenty of money in the T pockets. But at least the reset potential isn't super harsh. I mean, well, we'll see what happens when everybody's bought up. But on Crad and Sorted, it should be fine. I mean, actually, never mind. I'm going to retract that statement. This is still a must-win round here for ForZe. Yes, they'll have Crad and Sorted to buy. You know, they could probably bring out a hero op and a hero rifle. But
I can edit that. It's a must-win or a must-2 gun saved.
Yeah. I'm not going to disagree with you.
Yeah, James agrees with me as well. Wonder if Jerry's had his James ritual before the start of this game.
Oh my.
They're both from the same region. Only reason I'm saying that.
Oh, that one caught me completely off guard.
You know, if you know a trick to be better in the server, why not?
Yeah, okay. Right. Yeah, that's enough. Sorry. He's gonna walk into short here. Jerry's just gonna swing past that Molotov, but Adam B is gonna be holding. Oh, and Zorty is gonna get one on the exit. Nearly sets himself for the second, but Aaron knew he had the time and the space to take an opportunity, and he grabs it with both hands. Now, you might be able to get the off with both hands, if at all possible. Result, nice kill onto Nilo, looking for maybe a little bit more, but he's still alive, and that's a problem for Young Ninjas. They need to try and clear him out of this position. They haven't spotted that smoke proving difficult, but Shelfie walks right through and gives away a kill. An absolute gift handed to Era. Oh, but that's a gift handed right back, and a gift in terms of bomb wrapped in a nice little care package for us. They will continue to push through and plow through this half. A resurgence from the CIS men. And 12-11. Now, where do Young Ninjas go from here?
Yeah, Era there going for a bit of a wild jump, but you gotta understand it. He was on the timer. He knew that as long as the smoke fades, he's probably gonna die. So tries to make his best effort to get into the bomb site and get a bomb down. Doesn't manage to get any success though. Another solid round on the CT side for ForZe. And by the way, a person that we haven't really talked about that much, I think Result deserves a lot of credit for how I'd say that he's playing some really solid CS. He looks like a mature player. He looks like a grown-ass player in the server. And you know, it's really tough when you say that about someone that hasn't really had any experience on that level before. Even the young Ninjas players have more experience than Result playing big CS, right? Well, relatively big for their standard, that is. And Result's been doing really well since getting picked up. You know, at the LAN finals of the CCT, he had a really good performance. Maybe not as good online for the closed qualifier for the RMR, but he's been really solid in this game as well. Solid as Zordy as well. Receives the flash. First one in the back. Maxter there with the refrag. Now the Young Ninjas decide to call it off and try their luck elsewhere. Heading towards Shelfie in this A-bomb side.
Oh, Shelfie with a double. That's absolutely huge. And now it's been given away. They know exactly where the bomb is. Sorry, looking towards the apartments. It's a quick kill. And surely this is going to be a quick round for ForZe in their favor. Result with the last. As it's 12-12. We're level once again. And you're just seeing that wealth of experience now from ForZe. You're seeing why they are a top team at this level.
Yeah. That's the thing. It's never going to be easy to close out a game against them, is it? Even if you start off well, even if you feel like you're in your best shape, it's never easy to close out a best of 3 against Jerry and co.
Not at all. It does come with its problems. Well, the Young Ninjas, they're experiencing that firsthand, of course. We'll now see if a little bit of a set piece can go their way. Oh, Nilo. Oh, tries to time it perfectly, and Result was relatively fortunate that he wasn't in the midst of throwing that HE. However, he is still up close on the balcony, so if he's able to stop these players from making their way out, that would be absolutely huge. The flash comes in, but Result finds that first kill, stops the first player in their tracks, and the second, I say that, no, Maxter able to find it, but the CTs are already here. They swing through the smoke, and they shut that one down. As ForZe look to take the lead, 13-12, Era should go down over the top of that smoke, and indeed he will. 3 away from closing out this series and booking a place in the quarterfinals, Ted. Let's not forget where they will, of course, face on against the Serbians of iNation, who won a little bit earlier on.
Yeah, both teams in the RMR as well, so it would be an interesting derby. Let's not count Young Ninjas out of the game yet, though. Maxter's on 26 kills. Yeah, true. Most of his kills, well, half of his kills happened in the first 2 rounds, the opening 2 rounds of each respective half, but still, gotta know that the confidence is gonna be up there, but it's been really solid. And once again, this previous round, Result gets only 1 kill, but it's the first one, and stopping them on such a pop play is massive. Look at Chalky. He's gotten himself into a great angle. I don't think that Nilo spotted him. He has no idea. That's going to be a free kill for Shofi. Every day of the week, he's going to claim that. He doesn't realize that Nilo's so close, but as soon as Nilo decides, you know what, I'm going to walk closer, that's going to be a free kill. Zordy might give away his life, and oh, is Shofi playing for more than one? Yeah, he's playing the trigger discipline, realizes there's not any more on offer, but they don't know that Adam B is so close, don't realize it. Now they get alerted. But Shofi's going for more. He's going to push towards Mexi. They have no idea. Era, he's thinking about it. He's going to clear him. Shofi still wins the fight regardless. That's a massive round from Shofi.
Oh, and he finds another. Adam B drops down and just gifting him kills at this stage. Shalfie, this is a 14th round that you single-handedly are putting the finishing touches of. And now LNZ and Maxter, they're going to try and make their way in towards B, but it is just with hope. And when you have nothing else, you have hope. That's all. As Zorty holds the line for a shot landed, Molly is going to go down. Maxter gets the refrag, but he's completely isolated. He's completely locked in. He can't go back. He can't go forward. Not at least without a fight. 25 seconds. There's a little bit of time for him to maneuver. He can get another CT smoke down if he wants, but at this stage, it is looking very desperate indeed, not only for him, but for Young Ninjas in general. ForZe will pull into the lead with 2 in just a matter of moments. He'll clear out the backside, but he won't get even a chance to press a single digit into that bomb. 14 now to 12. And what do Young Ninjas, how do they answer back with what can only be say as a mid-buy?
Yeah, what a big play from Shofi that is. And that's the annoying part about playing against Shofi, right? Because he's not having a bad game, but he's not having as good of a game as you'd expect from him for his standards, right? Here on Inferno. He's still doing his job, but he is that guy in a 12-13 round. One of the most, if not the most important round so far of the game itself. He's going to go for that solo play towards the apartments for the first time on the CT side. HE in the room. Steps not hurt because of the explosion of the nade. Just gets into a really good position, gets the kill. Easy stuff from him, and even goes for more. Gets the first one, you'd think, okay, surely he's got him for the aggressive play. Now he falls back and plays the man advantage. No way, no he doesn't. Goes for more, gets 2 more. As soon as he confirms the triple, that's the round over. You can try and get as many kills as possible, and now they've made a tough decision to buy for this. They're not playing for overtime. They put all their eggs into one basket, and this basket has 2 Galils, 2 AKs, a MAC-10, and not enough utility for a lot of fakes and a lot of defaults.
Oh, you need pretty much a set piece, and what a set piece this is from the CTs as they just take banana control with ease. Shut down 2 players in turn as well. And now it's Young Ninja's turn to fight back, to show what they're made of, or else they could be bowing out in the round of 16 here. As Jerry deploys a Molotov, and he is gonna plan his escape route.
Yeah, that's a whole lot different. Last round, Shofi could have went for more. Now it's a 5 versus 3. You're going to be playing from the back of the side. They still have 2 smokes. A Molotov for Jerry. He's just going to be jump spotting. He can delay for as long as possible, and he's still got Shofi to support him. That's so much information. Bomb spotted as well. They can make this the most annoying round for Young Ninjas. Now they have no other choice. They need to walk back into the A-bomb side where Krad resides, supported by Zorty. Now, the good news is that Krad's actually low on HP here.
They're going to try and creep their way out of the apartments, but the issue is Sorty is locked in. Right now, here's the swing.
Ooh.
What a great peek that is from Nilo. Needs to be instant on the headshot, but the jump out short. Result finds 2. How about a third? He's just staying alive, and Crad will do the rest. 15-12. ForZe have a map and series. Round of 16 point.
Yeah, it was actually result towards the under balcony. It wasn't even Crad, so it doesn't make a difference that Crad was low on HP. Obviously, that Hellcase banner appearing maybe for what it was the last time so far, or the last time in the series and the last time on this map for sure. So make sure you click it below the stream, click the banner, head over to Hellcase. But again, man, results has been so great. I mean, I've loved the work from this guy. He's not the flashiest player out there. He's surely not the one that's gonna drop 30. But the fact that he's always doing his job in that scenario, if he falls without a single kill, this is a round that the young ninjas could win easily. The peak that they should be getting and they don't is the one from the Oper. Nilo just completely annihilates Zorti towards the back of the site. Results all alone. Yeah, he gets the double kill and then gets support from Crad, but unless he does get the double kill, this is a completely competitive round for the ninjas, if not a round that they win. But once again, he holds strong. He's been impressive. He's been really impressive. Great stuff.
And Sorty's starting it off with a bang. And could that be the curtain closed now on Young Ninjas in the CCT? The one of the 2 unbeaten teams throughout the whole entire main Swiss, bested by a playoff invited team. Maybe, just maybe. Or is there gonna be another twist, another turn in this tale? As we are towards the tail end, but a nasty surprise lies towards Long, Shalfie and Zorti. They cut down 2 Young Ninjas players, and it's down to just 2, Nilo and Adam B. Adam B reacts with 1, a Tech 9 in hand, finds that quick kill. Nilo drops the off of Zorti, and now a 2v4 becomes a 2v2. Bomb picked up. They group up. Jerry Doe is going to swing, lines up both, but won't knock both of them down. Not just yet. And they know Result is the A player. They know he's the pit player. So Adam B is going to get his runners on, head over towards this B bomb site, and try and clutch up one more time. Another triple kill maybe on the cards, but this one has so much weight to it. Result realizing now. But where does Adam B want to position himself? And it's towards first oranges. He could be absolutely anywhere. And Result has to go somewhat quick about it. Has to be cautious about how he clears out these angles. But maybe, just maybe, he's not going to be expecting this. Low HP at Adam B. He needs to be perfect. But Result clears him out. And that is going to be it. 16-12. ForZe get it done. They book a place in the quarterfinals where they will face iNation. And Young Ninjas bow out.
Yeah, what a way to close it out as well for ForZe. It's been absolutely spectacular. An insane display of individual skill from the Young Ninjas. And, you know, they did continue their really a streak from the main Swiss, Jack. We spoke about that before the start of the game. Obviously, you mentioned it just a couple seconds ago. They are only one of the 2 unbeaten teams throughout the main Swiss. So we did expect some nice stuff from them. I guess that Mirage caught us off guard. The really sharp Nilo caught us off guard. Well, not caught us off guard by how good he was, but the fact that it was so easy for him to make ForZe look helpless. And we talked about it after the first map was over. We haven't seen ForZe that helpless in a long time on a single map. But, you know,